Okay, let's dive right in. Today we are breaking down the science behind that mental slowness, that brain fog that so many of us feel. And more importantly, we're going to deliver a clear, three-part scientific protocol to help you get your focus back for good. So, does this sound at all familiar? You feel like you're going through the motions, but you're just not sharp. You keep telling yourself, okay, tomorrow I'm going to really focus, I'll do my best work. But when tomorrow comes, there's just this dullness that's holding you back.
And it's not just about being tired, right? This feels different. It's that sense that your edge is gone. Maybe your memory feels a little fuzzy, or you find yourself searching for a word that's right on the tip of your tongue. Or maybe things that used to really excite you now just feel kind of pointless. If any of that is ringing a bell, believe me, you are not alone.
And here is the most important thing to get right from the start. This feeling is not a personal failure. It's not a lack of willpower. It's not some kind of character flaw. It is a biological, physiological response. Your brain is simply reacting to the insane demands of the world we live in now.
And that's exactly what we're here to do. We're going to pull back the curtain on the surprising science of why this is happening. And then we're going to walk you through a concrete, three-step protocol to reverse it and reclaim your mental clarity.
First, we need to zoom out a bit and understand the sheer scale of this. This isn't just an individual problem. It's a massive civilization-level trend.
Now, take a look at this because this is where we get some hard data. A major 2024 study in the New England Journal of Medicine found measurable cognitive drops after a COVID infection. We're talking a 3-point IQ drop for even mild cases, 6 points for long COVID, and a frankly staggering 9-point drop for people who ended up in ICU care. That's a huge quantifiable fit to our collective brain power. But here's the twist. While the pandemic definitely poured gasoline on the fire, this isn't just a post-COVID thing, not at all. Researchers from Yale actually traced this cognitive decline back much further, and they pinpointed 2016 as a major inflection point. So that tells us the root cause is something much deeper in our modern world. And to understand that root cause, we have to go back in time. I mean, way back. We need to look at the ancient survival code that is still running the show inside our very modern skulls. Let me tell you a quick but pretty tragic story. It's 1916, the height of World War I. A British soldier named Harry Farr is on the front lines. The command comes to advance, to go over the top. But Harry, he can't move. He's just frozen. For this, he was charged with cowardice and executed by his own side.
But here's the question that haunted people for decades. Was it really cowardice? Or was something else happening inside his brain? A total biological override that he had absolutely no control over?
Well, to answer that, you need to understand your brain's two fundamental laws. Think of it like a master algorithm. Rule number 1, protect the body from damage. That is job 1, above all else. And rule number 2, be incredibly efficient with energy. Only spend it when it directly boosts the odds of survival. These two ancient principles created a very powerful survival response that explains exactly what happened to soldiers like Harry Farr. And, believe it or not, it also explains the brain fog that we feel today.
So, we all learned about the fight or flight response in school, right? But here's the thing. There's a third option that our textbooks usually skipped. When a threat is so overwhelming that fighting it or running from it would mean certain death, the brain has another tool in its kit: freeze. It's a completely involuntary, full-body shutdown designed to save your life.
And this brings us right back to our modern problem. What happens when the threat isn't a lion on the savannah that comes and goes? What happens when it's a never-ending stream of deadlines, pings, notifications, and social pressure? It's the lion that never leaves. Your brain sees this chronic, inescapable stress as a threat it can't fight or flee from. So what does it do? It initiates a low-grade, long-term version of the freeze response to conserve energy. Neuroscientists have a name for this: allostatic overload. We just call it brain fog.
Now, that sounds pretty bleak, I know. Your brain is literally slowing itself down to protect you. But this leads us to the most important question of all. Is this permanent? Is the damage to our focus, our clarity, irreversible?
The good news is, no, absolutely not. It is reversible. Your brain is incredibly adaptable. And the very first step in reversing this freeze state is to reintroduce a key element our chaotic modern lives have lost: structure.
I love this quote because it just nails it. The root of all this brain fog is a feeling of having no control in a world of overwhelming noise and endless choice. Structure. It gives your brain a sense of predictability and safety. It calms that threat response. It's not about being restrictive, it's actually about being liberated.
So how do you actually engineer this? Well, it starts with simple but powerful anchors. 1. Set a fixed wake-up time. Every day. This one tiny act signals stability to your brain's threat detection system. 2. Define non-negotiable blocks of time for your most important work. This gets rid of that constant decision fatigue of, what should I be doing now? 3. Have clear, specific goals. This tells your brain exactly where to point its energy. And finally, and this one is huge, close your open loops. Make decisions. Commit. Every undecided thing is like a background app, draining your mental battery.
Okay, let's move on to the second part of the protocol. Once we've laid that foundation of structure, we can start to actively rebuild our brain's hardware.
We do this by activating a protein that is frankly a bit of a miracle. It's called BDNF, which stands for Brain-Derived Neurotrophic Factor. The easiest way to think about it is like fertilizer for your brain cells. It literally helps your neurons grow new connections and form stronger pathways, which directly translates into better memory, faster thinking, and sharper focus.
And here's the best part. You don't need some fancy drug to get it. All it takes is 20 minutes of daily aerobic movement. A brisk walk, a bike ride, dancing in your living room, anything that gets your heart rate up. This one simple action triggers a flood of BDNF and, as a bonus, it helps flush out the stress hormone cortisol that's gumming up the works. And that brings us to the final and maybe the most important part of the protocol. We've created structure and we've started rebuilding with BDNF. Now, we need to clean out all the junk.
So recent science has uncovered this incredible hidden network in the brain called the glymphatic system. You can think of it as your brain's nighttime sewage cleaning crew. While you're in deep sleep, your brain cells actually shrink a little, which allows fluid to rush through and flush out all the toxic metabolic waste that builds up during the day. If that cleaning doesn't happen, that junk damages your brain cells.
Activating your deep clean is simple, but it is absolutely non-negotiable. First, you have to stop all screen use at least 45 minutes before bed. The blue light is a direct signal to your brain to stay awake. Second, use that screen-free time to actually wind down. Read a real book, listen to some music, just let your mind decelerate. And third, aim for a full 8 hours of sleep. That gives the glymphatic system the time it needs to run its full cleaning cycle. Look, here's the ultimate takeaway. Your brain isn't weak or broken. It's an ancient survival machine running an old program in a world it was never designed for. By consciously applying this protocol, engineering structure, activating BDNF, and initiating that deep clean, you're not just fighting brain fog. You are intelligently adapting. You're taking back control and reclaiming the focus that is rightfully yours.